Welcome back, class. Today we're going to be a group of fourth graders. Our objective today is to express money amounts, given in various forms as decimal numbers. But what does that mean for you students? Well, have you ever been to the grocery store and your parents have been checking out and you're wondering, okay, well, I know that 25 cents is my candy bar and 25 cents popped up there, but why is it decimal 25 cents? Well, that's what we're going to learn today. Let's get started. All right, students. So to start, we're going to remember that 1 penny equals 1 cent. And how many pennies equals $1? Well, my student is going to come over here and help us out. How many pennies equals $1?
100.
100. The way that we're going to represent this as a fraction is 1 over 100 because there's 1 penny out of 100. This is 1 slice out of 1 whole part, which is our dollar. So let's say we have 7 pennies. That would be represented as 7 over 100. Moving on to our next part, let's say that we have 1 dime. Mr. Petty, what do you think 1 dime will be represented as?
1/10.
1/10? So for those of you students who maybe don't understand his quick thinking, let me show you using a strip diagram. Y'all know that with strip diagrams, this is going to be our whole, and to find our whole using our parts, we've got to represent that using what we already know. So we know that a dime is worth 10 cents. 10 times 10 equals 100. So we need to have, we know that we're going to need 10 parts or 10 cents to equal $1 right here. So if I write, for example, that as a fraction, that would equal 1 over 10. That means that this is 1 dime, and that would be 1 over 10. Now, let's work this into our knowledge of fractions. So 1 over 100 is going to be represented as decimal 0.1. And 1 over 10 is going to be represented as decimal 1. And the reason for this, because again, we already have a knowledge of decimal places, 100 is going to represent our 100th place right here. Our 10 is going to represent our 10th place right here. Now it's time to work through a few problems on our own to hopefully lock in what we just learned. So, Mr. Petty, I'm going to tell you to write down a fraction, and then I want you to convert it into a decimal. Can you do that for me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to give you this whiteboard, and I'm going to give you a marker. I would like you to write, let's say, 8 pennies. How would you represent 8 pennies in a fraction?
8 100ths.
So 8 over 100?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to need you to convert that into a decimal using our knowledge of hundredths place and decimals.
Well, the 8 goes in the 100ths place.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Now I would like you to 5 dimes. Can you write that for me? Write that as a fraction.
5/10ths.
That's correct. Now write that as a decimal for me.
Well, the 5 goes in the 10ths place because it is over 10.
Perfect. Y'all see what Mr. Petty did? Okay. Now, Mr. Petty, can we use our knowledge of standard addition to add those two numbers together?
Yes.
Don't forget that with our decimal places, we need to line up our decimal places, and that'll also help line up our place values. This way we don't get our numbers kind of mixed up. Beautiful. And how many cents do you have, Mr. Petty?
I have 58 cents.
Beautiful. Show the class. Everybody give him snaps. Give him snaps. Now, Mr. Petty, how do you think we would write quarters as a decimal? Or not as a decimal, as a fraction?
Well, there are 4 quarters in $1, so it would be 1/4.
I can understand your misconception there. However, don't forget that our quarters are worth 25 cents. So when we're representing our quarters in the amount of a fraction, oh, sorry, I have your eraser. We're going to put our quarter over 100 because we've only got 4 quarters in a dollar. So
it's 25 cents, so 25 over 100.
That's correct. Now, how might you represent that as a decimal?
Well, we can split that into 2 dimes and 5 pennies.
Do you see his thinking? That's beautiful. Let's see that. He's even writing it as a fraction before he converts it to a decimal. That's great, Mr. Petty. I think that's all that we have time for today's lesson, but I hope y'all understand how we can convert our knowledge of money and how much money is worth from fractions into decimal places. That's all for today, class. Thank you so much.